Yeah, see, that's good. All right. Cool. So, hey guys, today is just gonna be a quick one. Well, relatively quick. It's gonna be a Cole Sager workout that I saw. It's actually an old Cole Sager workout, but I just found it on YouTube the other day. It's another interval-based, kind of like the one I did this previous Wednesday with the rowing and the burpees. It's another interval-based one, so it's gonna be 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off for 4 rounds. So short in the sense that the work time is actually only 16 minutes. However, it's a 32-minute, right? 4 times 8, yeah, 32-minute workout. Anyway, I'm going to do a scaled version. So this is another great example of scaling. So in Cole's workout, he's doing 30 calorie bike, 30 calorie row, and the remainder of the 4 minutes, he's going to do as many burpee box jump overs as he can. There's to be 2 scales today that I'm going to incorporate to make this work better for me and improve my experience. I'm going to lower the amount of calories to 24 on both the bike and the row. It's still going to be an intense 24, so I'm not just going to take it down just so I can go easier and still have time. In terms of intensity, I can't hold 30 calories on both of those machines and still have time to actually do burpee box jump overs. I'm also going to scale the version of the burpee box jump over. So the version he's doing is a full-on burpee and then jumping and kind of landing, this kind of squatty style box jump, which is a really common CrossFit Games style burpee box jump to do. I'm going to do the hands and toes variation. So I'm going to burpee and then basically jump like this and then go back down for 2 reasons. One, that's a little bit easier for me in order to actually get up and over the box. 2, my legs are already pretty darn smoked. And if I do those kind of box jumps, it's going to really limit me in terms of it's really mostly a turnover thing. So even though my legs are smoked, I could definitely do box jumps where I'm kind of landing in a quarter squat position and standing to extension. But in order to do that full on depth squat, kind of squishing my knees and legs, it really starts to tax me to the point where it's going to reduce the amount of reps I get. I honestly have no idea. I think he was getting some 24, 20s in terms of reps. So I'm hoping to get somewhat close to that, even with the reduced amount of calories on the row and bike. So again, it's going to be 4 rounds, 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off. So there's going to be plenty of time for me to talk to the camera, talk to you guys about kind of strategy, what went wrong, what went right. But really, every single time I get to the burpee box jump overs, it's just going to be go for it. Yeah, so I'm also doing, last thing I'll say too, I'm also doing this version of the burpee box jumps because I have done a lot of burpees this week and I've also done box jumps. And in recent memory, the kind of style that I've been doing the box jumps is that exact same kind of style where I'm just jumping up, whether it was to the 20 or the 24. And I just kind of want to do a different thing today, to be honest. And I haven't done this variation on the burpee box jump overs in a while. So anyway, I'm going to start the timer up with about 90-second lead in just to make sure I've got the camera all set up. Got my music going, all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, you guys can't necessarily see the camera or the timing rather. So I apologize for that. I just want to make sure you can at least see me suffer in the background. I guess I can do that variation. Fine, I'll just do that variation. I also was doing it just to be nice on my hamstrings and calves, but I think I can actually get away with it. All right, fine, Cole, do it. I also reserve the right to change the amount of calories. I very well, 24 might not be enough of a scale. I have no idea. I know it'll be relatively easy on the bike. The row, I have no idea. We'll see. Let's just do it. Let's get after it.
Three, two, one.
Oh, got my leg. Yep, switching back to this one. My legs are so soft.
Three, two, one. Rest.
Holy shit. Ow! Okay. Yeah. Even with 24 cows on each one. Oh god. Oh, what was he doing? Why did he do this? It was terrible. So yeah, as soon as I got off the rower, my quads were so smoked. For me to actually jump and land in a squat, because honestly the variation I'm doing is already taxing enough on the quads. So, oh man, yeah. Okay, I can't talk too much. Only a few more minutes. So I got 17 the first round. God knows what's gonna happen. This is gonna be one of those get to 10 and get to the last 30 seconds of the 4 minutes and just sell out. Which is pretty much what I did. So at least 10 is gonna be the goal for the remaining rounds, but holy crap, everything in my body right now hurts. Like, feels like it has lactic acid going. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, that fucking hurts. Holy crap, that hurts. Oh no. Oh man, this is terrible. They watch from their windows as all arms fall to their sides and all eyes fixed on the tender. Last thing I'll say is that this is actually a really cool workout because you can't dog the bike in the road. Like, you just can't. So you gotta go. So that's really cool. I like this versus workouts where it's like, you know, the bike is like the placeholder. So, man, God bless. Yeah, this is cool. Nice workout design. Oh crap. Holy crap. Everything is fucking blowing up. Excuse my language. Everything is blowing up right now. Woo! We celebrate 30 seconds. Right? Just a little while. That you had to say that you're special way. That's the times of my life. Remember when I said I love you now. Yeah, I take it back. I was just a stupid kid back then. I take back every word I said. I take back every word I said. Oh, this one hurts, man. Yeah, this one hurts. That's how I feel. Yeah, this one hurts. This is pretty terrible. Okay, we got 2 more minutes, 2 more rounds. This is honestly gonna be one of those workouts where it's like, when I'm done, I'm gonna be like, oh, I probably could have done more. But yeah, I'm not gonna be sweating a ton, but it's gonna hurt. Like my quads are on fire. I mean, it's basically, yeah. Think of it this way: it's basically a minute. For me personally, again, I lowered the calories versus Cole's actual workout, but it's basically a minute, like 85% intensity on a bike. I mean, I'm nearly sprinting. And then about 75% because it falls off a little bit on the row intensity. And then basically back up to 85% intensity on burpee box. I mean, it's 4 minutes of moving. Wow, that's insane. It's insane. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just hoping I got 17 both first rounds. 15 is my new kind of base number. 15 or bust is gonna be my goal. So getting to that point where I'm like, dude, there's no way I can do 17. So I'm just trying to allow myself, just get to 15, man. Just make it 15. And basically don't pause, don't stop. So, I know I'm gonna look back on this and be like, why was I doing this during the burpees? Like, there shouldn't be any of that stuff. So, maybe you guys can help me out. 30 seconds.
They say an idle mind is the devil's playground. Is that why you play the music so loud?
And this is anytime there's burpees involved, I don't take my shirt off until the last round, just because I hate getting a bunch of crap on myself. So, shirt won't be coming off for another round.
Or sit down.
10 seconds, here we go.
Yeah, you know that you only watch I know we ain't on good terms, we ain't speaking. Hey, I'm trying right now. Oh, my feelings. And I ain't got no excuse at all. I'm going off the sucker punch you in every fight. We try, but I shouldn't try. Main reason I'm getting high. 1,001 reasons why I need.
Oh, fuck. god. Walk.
Somebody to say that
F you, Cole Sager. You beautiful, beautiful man. This is seriously insane.
Yeah, I used to rap with the door closed. Used to work at Morty's.
God bless America. Wow, this is really insane. This is just how I wasn't even in the mood to do like 100% effort, and honestly, this isn't 100% effort because it's 4 full free minutes. But like, it's cool because it's like for 4 minutes, how hard can you push? And then that last 15 seconds, can you just dig deep and do fast burpees? So many times in my mind, I'm like, just slow down. So this is a good like brain training. We obviously all these workouts are brain training, but this is a good one. So many roadblocks. You just gotta break through and jump over, man. So many mental roadblocks. I'm just like, dude, you just slow down. Just get 10. That was your original goal, to get 10. If I don't, you're gonna be the first to know. Ah! Well, I'm good, thanks for asking.
Fantastic. These internet rappers so fake, they plastic. I just went to the cards, I was down on magic. And if I did a deal with the devil, I'll come back with his head. They been waiting on my job, now I realize that. In old school with the dough, I can settle.
Oh my gosh, my arms are on fire.
Yeah, okay, I just missed the most. Y'all already know how to sneak those. Don't make it clear. I know if y'all drawing comparisons, just make sure that you know I got the same numbers since flip phones. The same faces to Flintstones. They like the higher the fall, the higher I climb. I just can't get goosebumps.
The girl's fat. Oh man.
Real long from my neck to my feet. I get paid the way I'm blessed to be. I'ma be around forever, yeah, flows in the tea. And the album's so fire, I don't care if it leaks. I keep my real friends with me 7 days of the week. I wake up when a song, eat dinner, repeat. I ain't giving out my number, you can DM or tweet. You can hit me on the snaps, I don't really do streets. I heard these rappers can't sign, we'll be keeping a receipt. Cause the label got the job.
Okay. It's just one more round. I'll do 15 burpees and we're done. That will have me at 34 plus 30, so 60, that'll have me 64 reps. So if I can get 16, you get to 65, but I doubt it. But hey, let's get hype. It's my jam right here, let's go. Oh, my legs are giving up.
Daddy told me if you come so but I spent all night singing that you really the most.
10 seconds, here we go. Come on, last round, let's go.
Mama told me not to look at the sun, but I would put my shades on and I do it for fun. My daddy told me I should come in soon, but I spent all night singing I do really the most. So tell them the jukebox, let me all the blues, tell them the same here, with all the rules, tell them young kids with all the tattoos, all the stories we kids when they ask you. When I'm ready, tell it all, but you need our names, the good girls go to heaven, never go back to your job. Sunrise, we should open the gates until the wheels fall off and everything crazy. I was in love, it was over the key. I got my age, oh no. Make me feel like I'm in high school. It was the best days. We were flying through all the best streets. When the cars turned on, I was in track meets. Make me feel like I'm in high school. Make me feel like I'm in high school. So we keep my eyes open, but I was only 16. I was staying on night. And my daddy told me I should be with my room. Jukebox, I'm calling the truth. Same name, if you got the shoes. Young kids with all the taboos, all the rules that you throw in the ass. I don't hear you tell they all know you need a page. The good girls go to heaven, girls go backstage. I'm sitting here, you should open the gates until the wheels fall off and everything breaks. We're not cold, right? And this could be the night they warn us about.
Okay.
Let's make it feel like I'm in high school.
That was awesome. Thank you, Cole Sager. That was a great workout, man. Oh, man, awesome. Nice job. Okay. Final result, I got 65. So, would that have counted on the Festivus games or crossing games? No. But did the last reps, just past the buzzer. Again, this is another one of those examples where it's like, this is training and interval training and cardiovascular training and muscular fatigue training. This is not were you perfect training. This isn't like, especially with like biking, rowing, and burpees, it's just like grunt work kind of thing. So And that really goes into the timer too, man. It's like, oh, you started the burpee at the 3, 2, 1, and you didn't get to the other side of the box after 2 seconds. We're not doing this. Isn't Festivus or CrossFit game, so this is training. So if I have the energy to do that last one, and I'm like, it's one more. Now, if I had gone 20 seconds over because I had more energy, then I wouldn't necessarily be pushing as hard as I should have been. So the fact that I was completely redlined every single time and my numbers were consistent, I think is an indication, is an indication of an appropriate stimulus. I was doing the appropriate amount of, reps every time. If I had gotten like 12 the first time, 17 the second time, 18 the third time, and 22 the fourth time, or something to that effect, or even like 20 the first round, 15 the second, 10 and 9, probably went way too hot in the first round and didn't save anything for the latter round. So, interval training is meant to, I think this is what a lot of people in the CrossFit world get wrong is they think that because it's an AMRAP, you just need to sell out every single time. But I think if you're really paying attention to who's doing well, who does really well on workouts, and who's the most overall athlete, like best overall athlete, most complete, are the people who are able to push to that 90, 95% and not go over. Because if I'd gotten 22, 15, 12, 9, first of all, my score wouldn't be better, it'd be worse. Second of all, I wouldn't have actually trained that threshold of, 80 to 85, 90, 95%. So I would have trained one time for 100%. Now, is that wrong? No, but that's a totally different kind of workout. That's a gas pedal type workout, like a clean and jerk, 30 reps per time, kind of Grace, Isabel's 30 snatches per time. That's, or Fran, something like that. That's a one-time go, sub 5 minutes, just kill it kind of. That's a totally different kind of workout. When you're doing 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off, it never should be 100%. It should be like 90. If you're really freaking fit, it'll be like 97%, 95%. If you're like me today, you're doing like 85 to 95%, depending on the stimulus. Like honestly, every time, obviously at the start of these kind of workouts, you want to be able to do 100%. But honestly, like on the second round, my legs were so smoked, I couldn't even do, I think I was starting off at like 400 plus watts and going right down to like 250. It was getting bad. Like in the first round on the bike, I probably went a little too ham. I was a little too excited, but I don't think I did anything wrong. Like I didn't hit 100%. I was going like 95%, but out of the gate, that was probably a little too hot. But again, this is just one of those workouts where there's no excuse. Like as soon as you're on the bike, the row, the burpees, it's just like, there's no times for hands on knees. There's no time for thought. It's just go. It's just go. So that was a really fun one. I got to my goal of 65 reps. Again, I think I picked the appropriate scales for the workout. I definitely think that the style of burpee box jump helped me to get more reps. And really, honestly, too, like this is another great kind of reasoning for scaling. So like a lot of times myself or other people will watch a workout being completed, being done, and be like, ooh, I want to do that workout without looking at, so we'll still scale it, but not looking at kind of what the athlete who was doing it, what they were feeling or going throughout the workout. So for instance, I watched the entirety of it was like a consolidated video from Cole Sager, but basically I watched the entire video and I could see his intensity on the bike, the intensity on the row, and the intensity on the burpee box jumps. Now, was I able to match his intensity? No, I even scaled the amount of calories on the bike and the row. But I was looking at how he was feeling exhaustive, like wise. His exhaustion level throughout end of round 1, end of round 2, end of round 3, and end of round 4 was pretty much exactly what I was feeling today. So he got way more calories than I did, 30 and 30. I did 24 and 24. He did 24 20s, I think the rest of the way on the burpee box jump overs. He did a harder variation. Again, it's not that I'm just scaling to lower the reps. I am scaling to meet the same intensity and same stimulus that he was feeling, out of breath but doable after 1 round. Holy crap after 2, and then just hold on for 3 and 4. that was the vibe for today, and I accomplished that. So again, cannot stress this enough. And a lot of my workouts, I want to keep talking about scaling because that's another really good reason to scale. It's not about, oh, I can't do this or accomplish the range of motion or accomplish the weights. I can't do that. Or the skill, like if it's a muscle up, oh, therefore I will scale back to make it work for me. No. A lot of times it has to do with the intended stimulus. If it's a Fran, 21-15-9 of thrusters and pull-ups, you bet your butt you should be like lowering the weight and doing a simpler variation on the pull-ups so that you can do big sets and basically do the 21-15-9 unbroken. If you're constantly doing Fran at 95 pounds in pull-ups and you're like working on a kipping pull-up and you're kind of getting there and you're always having to break it up, like I've done Fran before at the prescribed weights and I had to do like 7-7-7 and like 11 and 10 on the pull-ups and like, it's fine. It's still a phenomenal workout. But if you're really going for the specific intended stimulus, that should be an empty barbell and some jumping pull-ups and do 21-21, 15-15, 9-9, do it in sub 3, see how you feel. That's scaling to reach the intended stimulus. Same thing with today. Honestly, like I'm really glad that I lowered the amount of calories on the bike and row because I was able to push it. Now, if I had known it was going to be 30-30, or if I had done 30-30, I would have been so smoked. First of all, I wouldn't have had enough time on the box. Like Cole Sager was still getting to the box, I think around 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the round. I don't know how I did that. At least I thought I saw that. I could barely see his timer in the videos, and there wasn't necessarily timestamps on it or anything. But like, I mean, the dude was like getting in at least a minute and a half, if not two plus minutes of production for. So first of all, I wasn't even getting to the box with that much amount of time. Second of all, I was already taxed at 24 and 24, so it probably would have been like, getting to the box with a minute to go and stumbling through like sub 10 every time. I mean, it would have been really bad. So not that that's not a workout I'll do in the future just to test it out, but today the stimulus was appropriate. So I'm gonna go home and eat some food. I'll see you guys on the flip side.